Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my everyday makeup routine. So today I'm going to be showing you how I get this look right here, which is my everyday look, and I'm using products that I use every single day, and I highly recommend every single product that I use here because they are my ride or die products and they are just so good. This is a look that I do mostly on an everyday basis. If I'm not filming a video like a makeup tutorial or doing YouTube, then I will be wearing this. I'm using a lot of my favourite products in this video and I absolutely love this. I feel really comfortable and really confident in this makeup look. That is why it is my everyday makeup look. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this makeup look, then stay tuned and let's just get started. Okay, so what I do first is make sure my face is nice and clean before I start my makeup. So I'll take my L'Oreal Micellar water. This is the normal to combination sensitive skin one, and what this does is just really remove any traces of makeup that might still be in your face, any impurities, and takes away any dirt. So yeah, I usually start off with this, and I just apply a little bit of that on a little cotton pad. Okay, so once I've done that, I like to go in with my moisturiser, and I use the L'Oreal HYDRA, and this is amazing for adding hydration into your skin. I've been really loving this, and if you have any like dry patches on your skin, this stuff will really hydrate it and take away the dryness. It has aloe water in it and hydrochloric acid, which is great for adding hydration. So I just like to take a few pumps of that on my finger and just dot it on my face. And I'm just going to massage that in. Okay, so once I've done that, I like to move on to my base makeup. Now, because it's like an everyday makeup look, I don't typically do a lot of eyeshadow and things like that, so I can do my base first. I don't have to worry about any kind of fallout on like my foundation, things like that. So yeah, I like to go in and do my foundation first. So the foundation I'm going to be using is the RIMMEL Match Perfection. So the brush I like to use to blend in my foundation and everything like that is the Morphe Y7. This has been like my go-to brush for months now. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. It's like a round top buffer brush. It's really amazing for blending in your foundation really flawlessly. You don't get any brush stroke marks or anything like that with it, which is amazing. So yeah, I love using this. I really love the coverage of this foundation. I think it's great. You know, it's very lightweight on the skin and it lasts such a long time, so that's why it's like my go-to everyday foundation. And also it's from a drugstore, so it's really affordable. Okay, so I like to set my foundation down and I use the Rimmel Match Perfection Loose Face Powder. So that's what it looks like there. Again, another really affordable product to use every single day. So I'm just going to take this iconic brush. Okay, I'm now going to conceal my under eye area, and I'm going to use the Maybelline The Eraser Eye. To blend this in, I'm using my Morphe E8 brush, and this is like my go-to concealer brush because if you guys remember, like I used to always use the what's it called, the Real Techniques setting brush. I used that all the time to blend in my concealer. That like I couldn't find another concealer brush that I loved, but just recently in the past few months I've discovered this, and I think it's absolutely amazing. It's great for blending in your concealer. It makes it look so flawless, and yeah, I just love this, so I'm going to use that to blend it in today. Okay, so to set my concealer in place, I use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I use the kind of more yellowy banana shade, which is in the centre there. I use this shade to set my under eyes, and I've been using this brush lately, which is the Morphe. This is like from their Complexion Goals set, so I like to use this brush. See, I think it's the perfect brush to just really get right under the under eye area. And then what I like to do is take the shade next to that, this kind of more whiter shade, and I like to apply that on top. That just like adds a little bit more kind of brightness to the under eye area. Okay, so moving on to my favourite part, which is bronzing, and I like to use the Kat Von D shading light for that as well, and I use the middle shade, which is called Shadow Play. This shade right here in the palette, I love to use that to bronze. This shade is kind of like dark enough to bronze your cheeks and also kind of like contour them at the same time. Depending on like what brush you use and how you angle the brush, things like that, you can get a really great kind of bronze and contour look with it. The brush I'm going to be using today that I've been really loving again lately is the Benefit Hoola brush. So for everyday, I don't really kind of sculpt and contour my cheeks too much. I just like to angle my brush, you know, slightly to get that more kind of chiseled cheeks without having to go in with like a different, you know, bronzer shade, you know, kind of darker bronzer shade or a different brush to really sculpt them out. So on an everyday basis, I don't normally go in and tidy up my bronzer or my contour with like translucent powder or anything like that. I like the whole kind of perfectly undone look. Unless it's really messy, then I will go in with a little bit of translucent powder and tidy it up if it just looks an absolute mess. Okay, so next is blush, and I use the MILANI Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and to apply that I use this Morphe brush, which is from the Complexion Goals set. So I don't like too much blush, so that normally does it, and this is like the perfect shade for me. Like, yeah, really pretty, love that. Okay, so next is highlight, and I normally on an everyday basis go between two highlights. So these are the two highlights that I normally use here, and it is the ILLAMASQUA Beyond Powder in the shade OMG. So this one here is just stunning. I use that, and I also use the TANYA BURR Illuminating Powder in the shade Champagne Sorbet. So that's what that one looks like there, and that is ILLAMASQUA's OMG. Now I'll swatch them on the back of my hand so you can see. So the first one is a TANYA BURR one, so that is the TANYA BURR one right there, and then the top one there is OMG by ILLAMASQUA. The TANYA BURR one is a bit more kind of pinky, and the ILLAMASQUA one is a bit more goldeny. I'm going to go with the TANYA BURR one today because I've been using that one a bit more the past week and a bit. Now that is also like a drugstore highlight as well, so it's a bit more affordable than the ILLAMASQUA one, and I'm going to apply that using my Morphe Y13 brush. Again, this is one of my go-to brushes for highlight. So before I move on to my brows, I'm going to use some MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to spritz this all over my face just to really set like all that base makeup in place. Now for my brows, I'm using the High Definition Eye and Brow Palette in the shade Foxy. Now I've been using this non-stop like all year, and as you can see, like this is the shade that I always use in this palette for my brows, and like as you can see, it's almost done. So that's how much I love this stuff. Like I use it every single day. And then I set my brows in place with the Benefit Gimme Brow, and this I've been using all kind of year as well. Like, no, actually not all year, since about May I've been using this, and this is just the perfect little brow setter. Like it has the teeniest little brush head in it, if you can see there. Like it's so tiny and it's so amazing. It's like a kind of fibre gel, so it sort of like sets your brow hairs in place, adds a little bit of colour, but also gives a little bit more kind of definition to them. Okay, so for my eyes, I don't like to do anything too crazy. I just like to keep it quite natural and quite minimalistic. So I use the e.l.f. Mad for Mattes palette. I use this more or less on an everyday basis. Like I use this all the time. I love the shades in this palette. It's great transitional shades. There's a lot of kind of neutral shades in there. They're going to be great for many different skin tones and eye colours. So yeah, I love this palette. It's great for an everyday basis. So I'm just going to take this lighter kind of creamy beige shade at the very end there. I'm just going to apply that all over my eyes. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to take is this light browny shade here. I'm just going to pick that up on the same brush that I used with that beige shade, and I'm just going to apply this like into my crease. Okay, so I like to just define the outer part of my eye a little bit more, and I'll use this shade just right here. I use that shade to do that, and I'm going to pick that up on my Sigma blending brush. It's the E25 one, and I like to just stamp that in the outer corner there and just blend it in. Okay, so I don't like to apply liquid liner on an everyday basis. Like, yeah, I just can't be bothered with that. Now what I like to do is take the darkest shade, which is in this palette, the one at the very end here. It's almost like a black shade, and I use this little angle, well, I use different angle brushes actually to do this, but I'm going to use this one today, which is from Eco Tools. I was going to run that shade along my upper lash line just to create like a sort of liner, but it's not a liquid liner, so it just defines the lash line a bit more. Okay, so as you can see, that just really defines the lash line, makes your eyes look really pretty. I absolutely love doing that on an everyday basis. So now what I like to do is just curl my lashes with my eyelash curlers. Like, that is just a necessary step in, like, anytime I do my lashes, I always curl them. Like, it just makes such a big difference, you know, when you apply mascara. So yeah, I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to apply mascara. The mascara I'm using is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, of course. Okay, so for my lips, I usually always like to outline them, and right now I've been using the PUR On Point Lip Liner in the shade Tutu. This is a really great lip liner, and it also sharpens every time you put it in the lid as well, which is great. So yeah, loving this lately. So it's just like a pinky nude shade. Okay, so I'm a glossy lip kind of girl. I love to wear glossies on my lips every single day. Like, they are my go-to, and I love like pinky nudes. The best glossies that I've came across lately have been the Makeup Revolution My Signs lip glosses, and this is what they look like here. These lip glosses are incredible because they literally last all freaking day. Like, they do, they are amazing, and they make your lips look really juicy and really plump looking. So there is a shade obviously for every single star sign. Now the shade that I've been really loving is Pisces, which is this one here. Now I'm not actually a Pisces, I'm actually a Virgo, which is the shade here, but lately I've been really loving Pisces like a lot more than Virgo. Like, I used Virgo like a lot a few months back, but now I've been really into Pisces, which is this shade up the top here. And as you can see, Virgo is just slightly darker than Pisces, and I've just been really enjoying that lately. So I'm going to apply Pisces today. They go on like super opaque, and oh, they're just amazing. They're so comfortable on the lips. The best glosses I have ever tried, you know, because a lot of glosses years ago used to be really sticky and really tacky, but these ones aren't like that at all. Okay, now to lock it all in place and make sure it lasts all day. Like, normally this will last all day regardless if I spray this, but I'm going to spray some MAC Fix Plus, and this is just going to add a little bit more kind of hydration into the skin. But it really does, this makeup that I'm going to do lasts all day. Like, the foundation lasts all day, the powders on top last all day, the lip lasts, like, not all day, but it lasts a really long time, and yeah, everything else lasts incredible. But I'm just going to spray a little bit of this just to add a little bit more hydration. So locking this down. So guys, that is it for my everyday makeup look. I absolutely love it. These are my go-to products. I use these every single day and I absolutely love them. Like, I highly recommend every single thing that I'm showing you today. I think everything is just amazing. I really hope you liked seeing my everyday look, and let me know in the comments what your favourite products are, what products you gravitate towards on an everyday basis. I would love to know. But yeah, I'll leave everything that I have used down below in the description box for you. If you're interested in trying any of these products, then everything will be listed down there. Give this video a big thumbs up if you really did love and enjoy it. Hit the subscribe button if you are brand new, and I will speak to you very soon in my next video. Bye!
I'll be holding you.